Hi there, math fans. The beginning of our fraction boot camp. Number one is you have to know how to multiply and divide and realize that if you just have a bunch of multiplication and division, it's really just all multiplication. You have to know that this is 6. You have to know that this is 18. And it doesn't matter if there's parentheses here, it's still 18. The parentheses shouldn't even be there. It doesn't matter if they're there, but if all you're doing is multiplication, we're just going to rearrange. Now, the number one thing I'm thinking about is this: 2 times 3 halves. I've seen students get this wrong so much. It's because they don't realize that all of these are the same. The 1/2 on the bottom is the same as multiplying times a half. So you can think of it this way: 2 times a half times 3. You can think of it this way. You can think of it this way. In all respects, it's 3. Too many students tell me that they rewrite this as 2/1 and then they follow some rule. It is time to be done with those rules and just be able to see that that's 3. If you're still writing 6/2 and then saying 3, that is no good. We're done with this. That's a grade school thing. That's not meant to be a criticism, but it is time to move past writing 6/2. Okay? I didn't mean to say it that way, but here you go. Here's a more extreme example. You should not be reaching for a calculator and doing 3 times 11 times 13. You should be looking to cancel first. You should be putting things together. 13/3, 11/11. Those become 1. This is just 7. Here's another example. I'd like to do 22/11. Students get worried because they're getting mixed up on distributing. There's no distributing here. It's back to this same thing. So this should be 5 times 2 is 10. What about this one? It looks extreme. I'm just going to rearrange it. I don't usually actually rearrange it, but I will here just for the purpose of this video. But we should see that this is this. And so what is it? It's 2 times 7, which is 14. How did I get that so quickly? Next time you do this, you wouldn't do this. You would just say 9/9 is 1. 50/25 is 2. 2 times 7 is 14. You can even do things like this. Now, most of my students would not know how to handle this one, but I see that there's a 5 in the bottom, so I want to cancel a 5 out of both. Honestly, I would just cancel, but just to show you the idea, I would probably think of it like this: 5 times 3, and this is a more advanced idea of instead of multiplying, it's much better to break it down. This is just general number sense. Maybe I'll do that as part of a separate video. Where it actually comes up in calculus is in these situations. When I do things in class like write this as 3 times 1/t, students always are telling me, what are you doing? And when I write this as 5/3 times x, those are essential things we have to be able to do calculus. We have to understand where a coefficient is. So there you go. Think of multiplication and division as just you can rearrange the numbers to your liking. It's all a bunch of multiplication.